What happens when the fighting's done? Where do our heroes go when the adventuring's over and they pack up their bags and head their separate ways? Well, join us for one last fireside chat in After the Drimbus.
We did it, guys. That was very long.
Yeah.
We did it.
All right. That was like 4 hours.
Yep. Y'all ready for After the Drimbus?
Yeah.
Hey guys,
Should
welcome
we-
to After the Drimbus. This is the show after the show.
Oh wait, I was gonna. Do you want to start a new recording?
Nah.
or just-
Leave it.
Keep it going.
Leave it so that we don't have
Okay.
to sync up, and we'll just talk, and I'll cut it out of the end of
Okay.
the files. Okay, hey guys. So this is a little bonus show that we're gonna be doing when we're done playing because we always want to talk about our games when they're done. So we're just gonna chat for a little bit. It might be 5 minutes. It might be an hour. Who knows? So this was our first campaign. What do y'all think? What's up?
I had
I mean,
fun.
definitely,
My
definitely have fun.
just developed an accent after I spoke a little bit.
I know.
It just showed up. That's how it. I think
That
that's
was
how it
nice.
happened when we played in college.
That was definitely your Nikolai voice.
but high pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to say it didn't play out the way I expected, because it kind of did, but I fully expected big differences. Like, I did not expect you to go to the potion cellar first, at all. There were also certain mechanics that I just dropped, because I was like, this is going to be way too much complication to add into the game. Like, the fact that Voltamar is not supposed to be able to speak with most of the villagers, because you don't speak common.
Yeah, I thought that, but I was like, well, none of them are humans, so I thought maybe they still.
Who can he speak with?
It's orc, goblin, and
the
ogre.
library, the half orc in the library speaks goblinoid, and your boy Rolled would also be able to speak.
So I don't think.
So he wouldn't be able to speak with Naldo.
No, yeah. So part of my like in my head when I was planning it was I thought that a big deal of the problem was going to be that like Voltamar was going to want to be in charge, and so he was going to have to go through either one of you, and especially y'all being like chaotic, like you might not translate properly, and it was going to.
Sophia was definitely in charge.
If we had talked to a human, like if
I wasn't chaotic.
if Frizzle had lived, I would have spoken goblinoid at her and not understood her. But we
Yeah, I had practiced my little goblin sound. I was waiting for you to say something to someone for me to be like, okay, so you say this, and they just hear.
Yeah. Did you expect Rolled to die?
Not at all. Not at all.
That
Rolled,
was tragic.
If you had investigated better at the beginning, the guy would have told you to go straight to Rolled. He was like, Rolled is most likely going to be the friendliest dude. It was actually pure luck that when I rolled to see if anyone heard the explosions, Rolled was the only one that heard it. So he came over and that happened. There was a whole ass game mechanic that I knew. I was like, I doubt they'll go this way, but it's the one that I feel like I spent the most time planning.
Oh no.
It was based mostly on Voltamar's life desire. Wait, do you guys want to share your characters officially now with each other, now that we're done?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay, so for the people listening, I built these characters. I built the campaign because it was a one-shot, so I was like, don't worry about spending all this time into building a character. So I gave them all little character descriptions and their character sheets. So do we want to start with... I'm going to save Sophia for last. Let's start with...
Okay.
Let's go Shimbledorn, Voltamar, and Sophia. I feel like that's the most secrets that we have. Or not secrets, but...
All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. So, Shimbledorn is an 18-year-old goblin. After his parents' gang was slaughtered by adventurers at the age of 6, Shimbledorn was forced to hit the road on his own. Despite occasional run-ins, he never managed to integrate himself into another group of goblins. The trauma of his youth has manifested in wildly chaotic, yet oddly planned behavior. He has become an absolute master of deception, thievery, and overall sliminess for a goblin. After the ogre Dedgerman caught Shimbledorn sneaking around and looting a village that Dedgerman had just pillaged, he showed him mercy and integrated him into the gang of goblins under Dedgerman's control. Within the gang, he gets along well with Sophia, although is puzzled by her secretive and somewhat sensitive nature, and has mastered the art of toying with Voltimar by displaying intense competence, immediately followed by unpredictable defiance. Now Shimbledorn is 18 years old and reaching maturity. He knows not what he wants from his life and remains driven by the almost subconscious desire to inflict chaos on the world, the same way senseless chaos was inflicted on him. While he seems to get along with his new goblin compatriots, he might fear that unfamiliar sense of familiarity, but that is far too self-aware an assessment for the Shimbledorn before you today. For now, he'll focus on turning structures upside down. He could speak common.
Yeah.
The end.
Nice. You definitely, you really got that.
Dude, the recurring gags,
wild.
the recurring tooth, so good.
Cool.
Well, at the beginning, it was the ears. I was trying to mess with Voltimar mainly because it says the art of toying with him.
It was beautiful, though, that right at the end, he finally got his ears.
I know.
Okay.
I'm happy I got the darn tooth in the end.
Voltimar, do you care to share your character?
Voltimar is a 37-year-old goblin. He is a competent fighter with a decent skill set. Having grown up in a small gang of traveling goblins, he picked up many mischievous skills and learned what was effective in a leader. However, he also suffered the difficulties of being seen as a pest, although he certainly earned that title through his devious and often deadly choices. As he matured, every action he has taken has been in the interest of accruing power. Now at 37, he is nearing the end of a natural goblin life expectancy. He possesses surprising strength of body and mind, but is certainly becoming more frail with time. Currently, he is part of a 3-goblin squad working for the ogre Dedgerman. He feels he can command the group well, whether they know it or not, despite their oddities, namely Sophia's constantly un-goblin-esque demeanor and Shimbledorn's absurd unpredictability. The clock is ticking, and Voltimar's lifelong dreams of being the leader of his own squad and ruling over his own domain seem less attainable by the day, but nothing will stop him from trying. He cannot speak common.
And Sophia.
Sophia Hasselman was an ordinary 20-year-old human who traveled with Filbert Stromwell, the philanthropist adventurer, in his early years as part of a small group. After just shy of a year of traveling Valyria as scrappy, hungry adventurers looking for work, they landed a surprising gig: a goblin infestation in a nearby village. When they arrived, the mission went south. Witches had set up a trap and the adventuring group was captured. Sophia's affinity for Filbert was apparent, and the witches attempted to use it to torture Filbert. However, when they threatened Filbert with Sophia's death, they sensed his relief at being out of harm's way. Seeing how little he cared for Sophia despite her obvious affection, the witches devised a better plan. They turned her into a goblin and demanded Filbert exterminate her to complete his contract. Upon her death, he would be released. After a flash of reluctance, Filbert chased the now goblinized Sophia into the forest in an attempt to murder her. 4 years later, Sophia remains a lowly goblin working for a small but mighty gang of goblins led by the ogre Dedgerman. Her origin as a goblin is not a secret per se, but she has absolutely refrained from sharing it out of shame. Meanwhile, Filbert has rocketed to renown as the philanthropist adventurer, although no mention of any other members of their former group has reached Sophia. She is fueled by her desire to enact revenge on Filbert for the pain, suffering, and betrayal he put her through. She can still speak common.
So you weren't
That
even
explains
an actual
so much.
goblin the whole time.
Well, that's why she kissed him at the end.
Yeah.
Then
It's true.
So,
that's odd.
one of the mechanics, the one way in my head that I was like, if it plays out like this, it's gonna be super interesting, but like everything has to go perfectly right for it to happen, is the fact that I thought that Voltimar would take, because of the whole thing about like wanting to like be the leader of like your own squad and your own area, I put in a whole mechanic for you guys to become the rulers of the town. Like, basically the kind of friendly way about it. And it was basically just you get pretty much all the townspeople on your side, and then either they help you kill the guards, or you can inside the tarnished tack, which you guys never went into. That's where the guards sleep, and inside there they had little like notes that either had the combination or like the diary that you could use to blackmail them. The diary wasn't supposed to be on his person, but I was like, screw it, let's throw it on them because they're not going back to the other place. And so you could have used that to like basically just do like a no-kill run if you wanted to. And then what I thought was like Voltamar would absolutely want to be like, yeah, let's kick Filbert out and like screw Daedra, we can live here. And but I thought Shimbledorn would probably try and like screw with that by like being chaotic and like attacking people or whatever. And then I thought Sophia would want to get back to the cavern so that she could kill Stromwell whenever he showed up. But you guys didn't have that information because when you were investigating, you didn't ask the right questions, and you didn't roll high enough. But he would have told you, he's like, yeah, he's planning an attack on the cavern soon. Yeah, pretty much everyone except Elia and the innkeeper, but even the innkeeper kind of hate Filbert. So you could have used that, and you could have gotten her alchemist thing translated.
We
if she was
didn't
still
even
alive.
go in the tavern.
Yeah.
Oh my
But
god.
You could have used her alchemist script, taken it to the librarian, and convinced him to translate it. And if you did that, you would get her on your side because she'd be like, "Dude, I can make gold. I can research. We can prosper and like rebuild this into a trading town with the gold." Yeah, I'll help you overthrow him because all she cared about was money. Like you just had to bribe her.
No, we kind of brute force through the whole game.
Yeah, you went full murder hobo, which is fine because you were goblins, so I was ready for that. I was ready. I was like, okay.
Where did
realized we didn't even go
Naldo
in
take the
tavern.
body?
I did not expect his death, so that was all improvised.
Okay.
But he takes him home and then holds him until he can do a funeral. If you had tracked it, I would have just taken you back to their house.
What was in the field that I was searching so
Nothing.
desperately?
Nothing.
Actually nothing. And you told me that
Actually
I felt
nothing.
something there.
You misinterpreted my clue. I meant because when I said I was like, you feel like you're in the right place, like you have the chance to prosper here. I meant the town, not the field.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Because it was a wish. It was a wish, and I was like, okay, here's a little message from God. Like,
For money.
Voldemort gonna be the king of the empty lot. Set a base there.
For money.
oh man, yeah. What else? What else?
Did you guys have a favorite part of the campaign?
The death was definitely a surprise.
Yeah.
For real?
That was rough.
I did not expect that. But then when you dropped it and it was a critical fail, and I realized he only had 3 points of health left, I was like, "This might be it.
Yeah.
This might be it."
I really liked imagining the scuffle in the potion store with him.
Yeah,
I thought we were gonna lose that actually, because
you should have, because I made him the tank of the game. His armor class was 24.
But how much?
So
health did he have?
Amanda could only hit him by landing critical hits.
How much health did he have?
He actually didn't have that much health.
That's why he died so easy, like from the
Yeah.
explosion.
Well, yeah, I was worried when we weren't landing hits at all, and we were rolling pretty high.
He had, let me tell you, he had 15 health.
Yeah, so that's why I was trying to think of like another way I could hurt him or escape. So I want to throw the bag on him.
That's why I picked
I made
Frizzle
most
up.
I made most of the NPCs. I was like, I don't, except for Filbert and like Daedra, I was like, for the most part, these people are average people with like certain really good skills. So like a lot of their skills are relatively low. So like for him, his HP was not high, but his armor was good because he's an armor smith, you know?
Would we have died if we fought Naldo? Was he like a good fighter?
Nardal is strong, and he was good with the weapon. Like, that was his thing. He had really low HP because he's, so he had 12, but and his AC was relatively low. But if you caught him at like the wrong time, he definitely would have. Like if you fought him 1-on-1, he probably could have cut one of you up pretty good.
I liked his personality.
Yeah. It's funny because it was kind of like I had vague ideas for like all their voices and like kind of what they were like, but they all ended up being very different because it just kind of came out on the spot as like whatever it was.
Punt derriere.
That and the tooth thing, like the smile and the tooth, I was like, I can't not milk these
That
things.
was good. That was good. When you said his beautiful smile to Sophia at the beginning, I was like, that's perfect. That's really good.
I was trying to think of some way to hide that from him. Like maybe make him put a mask on or something, but he would want to kiss him and see it.
Yeah, I made him roll to put the tooth in, expecting it to fail, and he got a really high roll. He got like 18, and then plus his I forgot what I used on it, and I was like, okay, I guess it works for now. Yeah.
He still didn't work.
If it had been in that 20, I would have been like, it goes in and he's fine. Yeah, it was I didn't want to make them all tanks because I fully thought, I was like, if they do go full murder hobo, like I don't want them to just die like 3 shops in and be like, all right, game's over, you know.
Did those other cells have anything?
No. That's why I was like, no, you find nothing.
Just say there's nothing.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's your DM with one super quick message. If you're enjoying this episode of After the Drimbus, we just wanted to make it really clear that these are usually donor-specific episodes. However, since we're just getting started, we wanted to give you guys a chance to listen to our little discussion of the Goblin Chronicles and see if maybe this is something that you'd be interested in hearing as we do new full seasons worth of campaigns. So if that's something that interests you, go to whimsicproductions.com. From there you can click through to our Indiegogo or our Patreon and see all of the different rewards that we have available to our donors. If you are listening to this at the time of release, that means that there are only very, very few days left to get some of our really cool rewards for Dungeons & Drimbus, such as being able to build a character that we're going to play in a campaign, or even coming on the show and playing with us. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, please go check that out now, as really, by the time you're listening to this, there are probably only about 2 or 3 days left before we pull those rewards. So go get on that. That said, we want to give a very special thank you to all of our founding parents who have already supported the show. These include Adriana Arcon, Juan Zorrilla, Will Williams, Ann Baird, Jerry Benetados, Katrina Scott, Carolina Riverol, Alejandro Alarcon, and Giovanni Sorrilla. We could not be more grateful for all of the support that we've received from you. So thank you all so much. Now get back to enjoying After the Drimbus.
The 2 different ending, well, there's several different endings, but the 2 different like ending sequences are, if you had taken over the town, if you had gone that route, Filbert would have shown up at the town as you were exiting the cell. And you would have had the battle there. And depending on like what you did with everyone else, you could have gotten them to help you fight him. Or you could have just shamed him away. And then the other alternate ending for going back to the cavern, and the reason I put you above Daedremin was I thought that maybe Voltamar would want to kill Daedremin and become the leader himself.
No, because I'm lawful, so I kind of wanted to...
I get that.
Yeah. Just wanted to be a good villain, you know, a good bad soldier.
As soon as you said lawful, I was like, wait a minute.
He's lawful evil.
Lawful evil, yeah. So like, I'm just
okay,
here to do the job. No, I don't care who gets hurt, but I'm just here to do it efficiently and quick, you know.
Yeah.
So when you guys are getting distracted by the, no, when I blew up the bag and killed whoever, and he's crying over there, and Palazzo's sitting there like a Drimbus getting like, with
it was so good that
explosion.
Palazzo got all the screwed up rolls because for your character it worked perfect.
I was like, oh, perfect. They'll distract the guards here. And I'm gonna get out of here and do what I need to do.
When I freaking napped and then I lost 2 health immediately.
Yeah, all that
slapped.
time for nothing.
It was good.
Uh,
No, it was a sweet one shot.
Yeah, it's probably gonna end up being 3 or 4 episodes, but
Yeah, true.
Yeah, we're about to hit 4 hours, so
yeah.
Jesus.
But I mean that's kind of cool. I think I could find some good spots to. I think first episode might end after you kill Frizzle and Rold shows up, and then after that, I think it might end right before you guys go out for the distraction, and then the last section is from Rold's death on. Which, like, if people are listening to it and following it, like, Rold's death was tragic. It
was so sad. Those are real tears, man. Those are real tears. Oh.
I wasn't even thinking about Rold. I was thinking about Naruto.
Oh, yeah,
I'm like, uh-oh.
I like how you kept calling him Naruto.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not his name.
No, but you see, but then when he was consoling him, he went Naruto. I mean, Naruto.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Just to get the tooth, though.
Yeah. Also, I threw in so many little references to our old games.
I know.
I
lost my mind.
That killed the innkeepers and blew up the jail. That's my brother. The tarnished tack. I don't know if you remember this, Amanda, but that's where the campaign first started.
I do.
Very first one. And if you had searched Dromfandel, the librarian, if you had killed him or pickpocketed him or whatever, he has a book on him called Tales from a Traveler with the Coalition: Surviving 3 Decades of Darkness. And that would be a book written by Adagio.
You did pickpocket him, but it's because he said specifically the gold.
Yeah. You just because he didn't have it in his pocket.
Right.
You just stole the gold. You didn't search. Yeah. They all, if you could see all the knowledge that I had for them, because I totally expected you to talk to more people and investigate stuff. I had so many different checks based on what you rolled. And you were like, nah, I found my one guy. He's almost dead. He's literally down to 3 HP. This guy's my insider knowledge. Everyone else, I don't care.
Yep.
Oh, you never even met Gerald.
Nope.
Of Rivia?
Yeah. No, Gerald. He ran the tarnished tack, and he was the son of the innkeepers that got slaughtered, and he was super paranoid.
Yeah.
I thought, I was like, maybe if you guys go in through there the first time, he has, because he got paranoid after they killed his parents. So he has big barrels of the Big Bliss in his back room. So you would have learned about it from him, and then you could have gone to talk to Frizzle. If you had searched the rooms and you found the right rooms, you would have found the combinations at the very beginning. Yeah.
See, whenever I play with you, though, I'm already paranoid, so I feel like I have to be sneaky from the beginning. But also playing with the Knicks, it's just you.
Yeah.
And I know whenever you play a campaign, you never know what's gonna happen. But with you guys, you never know what is gonna happen.
Yeah.
So you gotta, I don't know. That's how I like to play now, because
I definitely, if we ever do this style again, I definitely need to beef up my dudes, because I feel like you all barely got a scratch on you, despite your murder hope.
I got what?
The ending,
I
yeah,
was
he
down.
barely got us.
I got 9 damage. I got from bludgeoning and fire.
Yeah,
We had
you
a
have,
final
35
boss.
health.
We steamrolled like that. He was nothing.
true.
Roll did the most
True.
damage to us,
Yeah.
That's so
or
true.
to me. I mean, I still had 16 HP though.
Something I did not realize was that the beefy weapon I gave to Filbert was his melee weapon, and I started you all at a distance. So that was my bad. Yeah. But I kind of liked it because I did kind of want him to be a little bitch boy that you could kind of steamroll.
True.
I didn't necessarily. I wanted that to be the end of the story, not necessarily the climactic fight. You know, because especially you have the option to, if you had taken over the town, to literally just shame him into submission and make him leave and cry.
Climax might have been Rold's death. I think that.
I think so.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah. Once the guards are dead and Nardole just comes with you down into the jail, all of that is falling action after that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Even when you guys went to get the items appraised, I was like, is this even necessary? I was I would almost rather that you didn't get them appraised and then just shot it and like found out what happened.
What the fuck were our disguises for? We didn't need them at all.
No, I was so confused.
It was to get past the guards. It depended on. I mean, obviously there were different ways to go about it. But also, again, because everything went out of order that I expected. So like, if you had gotten the information to go to Rolled first, you could have disguised yourself and then like gone to talk to Frizzle, and she wouldn't have attacked you on sight. Because of the way you guys did things, there were a lot of encounters where like if you had just walked in the front door, they would have been like, ah. The disguises were there because that way you could go in and be like, hi, I'm a person. Like, yeah, you totally would have done the trench coat thing if you wanted to.
Well, they still would have worked if Voltamar didn't drop the explosive device, if he used it as the distraction, if it didn't kill Rolled.
Yeah.
The disguises might have worked if the guards then came into the jail if we were leaving.
It's so funny too, because the moment that you guys said you wanted to do a distraction with them, I had a pretty funny idea for a distraction, which was going to be Rolled was going to lay down in like the field in the grass, and Nardole was going to be above him holding his tooth and was going to shout, someone's assaulted my husband, look at it, he knocked his tooth out, and call the guards over.
Look what an amazing dramatic event failure brings you.
Oh, how the turntables.
I was desperately trying to keep Rolled alive because I was like, if you kill everyone, it's going to be really hard for you to get information to get inside the bar. Or it's going to be hard to like make it interesting more so than just like attack.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, since Rolled is the friendliest one to all of you, I just threw the disguise thing out there to see if you guys would let him live. And you did. So I was just like, okay, cool. Well, he's certainly not going to take it back now. He's got So yeah.
I liked it.
Anything else we might have missed, you think?
You guys got most of the stuff, because I did intend for this to be like a relatively short. I thought maybe 2 hours. I was like,
I thought it was, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, if you guys talk to everyone and go through the like overthrowing the village route, it'll probably be a little longer. It'll probably be closer to 2. But I was like, if you talk to Rolled, you get the big bliss, and you just go and like you plan an effective distraction, then you can get in and out really quick and not have to interact with like most of the people. Like probably the speedrunner route would be hit the investigation properly, go to Rolled, probably buy Big Bliss, because you had enough money to either bribe each of the guards or buy one thing of Big Bliss. You did not have enough money to do both. So it'd be buy Big Bliss after talking to Rolled, convince Rolled to do a distraction somewhere, just of any sort, sneak in, hopefully already have the combinations, and then blow a hole in the back of the cell and escape through there instead of coming back out and fighting the guards.
Oh, and that's what the bliss was for, to blow the hole?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was, I mean, it served multiple purposes. I did not expect it to become a full combat weapon the way it did. But the big bliss was like, you could come in, get the big bliss, go back out, go into the tunnel, blow up the wall, steal the items, and leave without anyone even knowing you were in town. Or you could go that whole route, go down into the cell, and then blow your way out, or blow up the cell, leave, come back out. I did not expect it to become a hand grenade, but I was ready for that also, just in case.
Frizzle started it.
That's true.
Yeah.
But those were bolts. Those were special. I was like, ooh, she's not gonna have any cool weapons on her, but she's gonna have like a surprise, science. Like,
yeah. How would we have gotten the combinations off the guards if we?
You could have gotten it in the tavern.
In the tavern, okay.
Yeah. Or you could have pickpocketed them, or you could have bribed them.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's Dungeons and Drimbus.
Woo.
Nice.
Thanks for listening. Now we got to figure out how to package all of this, because... Woo!
Oh, man.
I'm gonna
All right,
myth
well,
mode
yeah.
Shimbledorn.
Thank you all for listening. By the time the Behind the Drimbus comes out, we're probably at the end, if not nearing the end of our Indiegogo campaign. So if that's still going, go check that out. If not, feel free to check us out on Patreon. And if not, just subscribe and share this show with people. We're at DrimbusPod on Twitter. Yeah, word of mouth is awesome. So if you enjoyed this, or if you have any thoughts or critiques, feel free to message us as we're preparing to do our full campaign. So that'll definitely be very different. And we'll talk at you soon.
Now get out of here.
Bye bye.
You little rascals. Go.